By now, many of you guys should be familiar with my widebody F30 335. This car has received a massive transformation over the last few years. Now for the cherry on top, I need to address the engine bay. Not only do I want it to look more presentable, but unfortunately I had to address a bit of maintenance that honestly I shouldn't have to deal with. I've made some mistakes that hopefully you guys can learn from. For example, do not buy this valve cover. The sound the recently installed metal valve cover makes is so bizarre that it always leaves me in tears. Like laughing tears. Just listen to this.
That's right, guys, the F30 wide body is back on the channel. A lot of you guys have been messaging me on IG, and a lot of you guys are asking, because I always say that the giveaway is going to go live very soon, and it never really happens. After today's video, we'll have an official date. We'll get the giveaway started so one of you lucky guys can win it. And I'll give you guys more details once it becomes available, as I am talking to the lawyer that's helping me with this, so we can have like the official rules published on the website. So the two things that we're addressing today, number one, being the Chinesium valve cover that is also popular by you guys that own M54s and M55 powered BMWs. Our good friend Carlos, he has the F80 M3 that Ali once owned. He installed one of these cheap valve covers on his M3, ended up cracking, leaking. Another customer of ours, same thing. Bought it from him, installed it, leaked. In my situation, it's a little bit different. Let me show you guys. Originally, I just wanted to get an OEM valve cover and just not deal with any issues, but the big turbo is sitting a little too close to the valve cover. And if you guys watched the prior videos, we melted the original plastic valve cover and we didn't want to go with that again. This one was readily available like within 1 day, so we wanted to give it a shot. Another thing that we kind of addressed in a prior video is the Valvetronic motor. Well, car maybe has 500 miles on the new servo motor and it already took a Let me show you guys that. Yep, we did get that warranted, and to be fair, these tend to fail on their low voltage. I haven't really driven the 335 that much. That's what might have happened, and we're planning to drive the car more now and make more videos on it so we can market the giveaway and get you guys excited for it. So yeah, we have a new Valvetronic motor right here, and since we're gonna be replacing that and our valve cover that we currently have on the car, we have a replacement metal valve cover from VTT. I know a few of you guys will question my, I guess, integrity here, saying, oh, well, this was sent to you for free, so you're gonna be super biased. Well, actually, a lot of the parts that I buy for my cars, I actually paid for it, just like this one. I paid out of my pocket, and it's one of their newly released products, so I wanted to test it out. And just like I did the silver one, kind of give you guys my feedback and review. This is their new cast valve cover, finished in wrinkle black, which I think is gonna look really good on the 335. And it's just a lot more robust than that Chinesium one over there.
For those interested, I'll have all the mods on the 335 linked down in the video's description along with the parts used in this video. If you have any questions, feel free to chat with us on the website or shoot us an email.
We do sell the valve cover on the website, so I guess that would make me somewhat biased, right? Because I'm a sales rep now trying to sell you guys this specific item. You don't have to purchase it, and honestly, you don't have to purchase it from me. A lot of you longtime viewers know this. I have pulled parts from the website because I don't give it a thumbs up. And I put myself in your situation. I don't want to be ripped off or pay unnecessary amount of money for something that doesn't work as advertised. So I'm asking you guys to trust me, and I will leave a link down in the video's description to our website to buy any BMW mods that you guys are interested in, and even the valve cover. If you don't want to buy directly through me, that's fine. Hopefully I can teach you guys a little bit of something. I'd appreciate the support. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us either on email or the website chat. Got some brand new M Performance kidney grills as well. Authentic BMW M Performance, by the way. I did pull off the ones that were on the car and put it on my 340i. So giveaway winner will get some new kidney grills on their F30. We're gonna get this valve cover off, which sucks because you have a top mount kit, you know what I mean. Turbo needs to come off. First things first, we've installed probably 30, 40 of these cast valve covers on customer cars. Not for the M55, I haven't really tested this one, but the M54 ones never had an issue. I've had the billet one on my E90 for God knows how long now, and it's still been really, really good. So I know VTT gets a weird rep online, maybe because of their past or how they communicate with people. With us, they've been really good, and the products have been really good. not to say I agree with all the products they offer, but the ones that we offer on the website, we believe in. This one right here looks really cool. It's a very nice finish. It just feels like a quality part. I think Ike already slapped the hardware on here, so I can't even flip it over.
It does replace the factory hardware with these nice Allen bolts. Oh my God.
That's how we do it around here, boys. All right, so this is what the underside looks like. The valve cover does come pre-installed with the gasket. That's a nice touch. For whatever reason you ever needed to replace the gasket on one of these, you need to buy it from VTT. It's not the OEM one.
Yeah, this is way different than here. VTT just makes their own gasket to fit their own covers.
Yeah, it fits the right way.
You can also see we got some baffling right here for the catch can ports.
Another thing, you are deleting the OEM PCV system with this valve cover. So it's highly recommended you get a catch can setup, at least for the low side. Your car may smoke. In fact, your car will smoke, at least from our experience. So catch can setup, you can buy the valve cover with a VTT catch can setup or whatever other catch can setup you prefer. It's probably the only thing I hate about a top mount turbo kit is the thing that you have to remove it or loosen it, as we're going to attempt to do, to service the valve cover.
It's just gonna have to live down there for now.
Hey, don't ruin the blades, dog. There you go. Custom. All right, so another thing you need to do once you're deleting the PCB, you gotta block off the head ports. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way in the back. You need to do this. You can get the kit directly from us with the valve cover, and it's super simple to do.
We got the grease.
We got the grease here so I can essentially trap the metal shavings.
Stuff that hole up, you know. Taparuski.
So normally you get a supplied bit, but we're using our own since we kind of supplied our own hardware for this install.
Stick it in there and you just lightly turn, kind of find its way into its groove. Now we're making threads. Just go until it gets a little tough, pull it right back out.
Yes. Oh yeah.
We got the
in-house fabricated tool.
The Linglong 9000. What? And we're gonna attempt to suck out the metal shavings with the Linglong 9000. So let's give it a shot.
Final inspection.
No shavings.
Yes.
You technically have to remove the intake manifold, but this is kind of a trick that worked so far on most motors. So if you're too lazy to remove this, especially on this, because the DME's plugged in and all kinds of pasta going on, you might want to try dielectric grease. Works pretty good.
Yeah, so use the same method when doing the crank hub, by the way. Don't pull the oil pan off. By the way, the crank hub comment I just made is a joke.
That's
That's a
sarcasm
joke.
for sure.
It's sarcasm.
I definitely pulled the oil pan out and inspect everything in there just to make sure.
Some people don't take the car to them. You've done it both ways, haven't you?
I've done one car where I didn't pull the oil pan because it was a brand new oil pan gasket and everything. It is possible. And I've seen some guys that even make a 3D printed part that you like literally insert in there. It works. I just don't feel comfortable doing it that way. That's just me.
This is good.
Kind of what he said, you know. This is your factory style aluminum valve cover. It kind of tries to replicate the factory design. You have all these vacuum chambers here for the PCV system. Obviously you have the PCV cap. This was the main issue with this valve cover, which is why we're replacing it. So now you have this nice cast aluminum, just much better construction.
Yeah.
Much more solid.
I feel like if you're going big turbo on these cars, you kind of need something like this.
Yeah, it's also really nice too. You get these, I believe, -10 AN ports, which are, as we mentioned before, baffled on the bottom side. That is to prevent fresh oil from escaping. These are simply just for crankcase ventilation. So you can run a catch can setup. Does delete your factory PCV hose connection. So these are now your only 2 outlets for the crankcase from the valve cover.
Me likey.
Makes it a lot easier.
We kind of have showed us
changing out the electronic motor in 2 separate videos, one on this car, the other one on Ike's 328. So I'm just gonna pop the camera on the tripod and we'll fly through this. All right, so since we got the new motor here, installed, I'm gonna make sure to drive this car pretty often so this doesn't happen, or at least put the battery on the tender. We don't want to be here again, that's for sure. All right guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and install the VTT valve cover. A lot of the pasta has been cleaned and organized thanks to Ike. And take a look at the turbo housing. Do you guys remember what it looked like at the very beginning of the video? look what it looks like now. It's like brand new. They'd reroute the catch cans, moved over the expansion tank a little bit, recharged the AC system somewhat. The only thing we have to do, but we're waiting on parts, I gotta get the hoses, the right fittings, so we can run those probably behind the back section here. So it hides really well. They'll come along right here. And we do have to do the Valvetronic procedure here, which is lengthy for sure. Top down scan 2 is what we use. We get questions on which diagnostic scanner do we use. This is the one. This is the Phoenix Elite. It is kind of pricey, but it does everything you want it to do, especially if you run a shop or you diagnose multiple BMWs. If it's too much out of your budget though, we do offer more affordable ones on the website, so make sure to check the links down in the video description. I'll link this one and some other options for you guys. So there are 2 things you need to do for the relearn.
All you gotta do when you replace the servo motor, first of all, you have to make sure you wind the shaft out to where it's fully clockwise. That is your sitting position, and then basically you go in here. There's a test plan that basically finds the limit positions of the eccentric shaft. That's real quick. It kind of just goes doot doot and you're good. And then finally you have to do the run-in procedure, which basically goes through 450 cycles, detects if there's any issues, and then you do 50 cycles. The last 50 have to be fault-free. So if they're not fault-free, you fail, you still have a problem. So we're gonna cross our fingers and hope that everything's good. Since we replaced the sensor, these are no longer permanent, they're now intermittent, which means we can actually clear them, and then we can proceed with the test plan.
Unfortunately, after putting everything back together and attempting to initiate the relearn procedure for the servo motor, we realized something wasn't right. We were still getting that weird sound, and the Valvetronic codes wouldn't go away. There was definitely some binding going on. We feared it would be the eccentric shaft, so we took it out. Honestly, it wasn't super visible what was wrong with it, but the shaft and the needle bearings looked pretty worn. I just knew that, I had to replace it since I was already there, and hopefully it would fix the issue. I definitely got the shaft by purchasing the eccentric shaft. That part is pricey. And just like that, after replacing everything, the car was working like normal and ran through all the relearn procedures. Peep that engine bay though.
Saucy.
But it's super clean, very organized. You just went for a test drive recently, right?
She rips.
She rips.
She really rips, honestly. And that was with,
it's
traction
on, and it's on 93.
93, no sport mode, nothing. You just put it in manual mode, and it's like, oh.
That's it.
Hey, yo.
Now it's time for me to go for a drive and see how the car rides.
She look mean.
I'm not a wide body type of guy, but this car single-handedly changed my mind about wide bodies. If you do them right, they look really good. I'm not too excited for 93 octane tune. I definitely got to put some E85 in this car, but I mean, it feels good to finally drive the wide body and show you guys how fun this car could be. Oh, shit. Oh, I got a traction.
Yo. Oh my God, a lot of shit just happened.
It was too saucy. I was gonna find out what happened. Oh, look at all the smoke back there, dog.
Dang.
It's a lot of the fuel smell.
No, there's no fuel leak.
It's just dumping fuel.
I think one of the injectors went to put. Can we scan
Do you get them on correctly, all the injectors?
Yeah. What is that sound?
No!
What happened, dog?
I think an injector just took a shit. It took the pull for the most part, and then something happened.
Keep in mind, guys, this car has not been driven hard in how long? Probably not since we took it to the dyno, bruh.
Yeah, and I essentially just gave it the beans. All right, so we're doing a test here. We got a cylinder 1 and cylinder 2 injector. Well, guys, you can see a wet tip there. Definitely a leaky injector, guys. Cylinder 1.
A leaky fuel injector. These are pretty much brand new S63 injectors. God. To be fair, the car sat for months with E85 in it, and maybe that was the reason one of those injectors failed.
All right, guess we're gonna try to do the same thing we did last time the car took a shit. Give it the beans in first gear.
We're beating on the car to see what fails, so you guys don't have to go through this.
Essentially, yeah, we're putting the car through its stress test pretty much, so you don't have to deal with it.
First gear.
Any smoke? Any smoke? Any smoke? No smoke.
We are clear.
Yo, that climbs fast, bro.
Oh, it was kind of linear though. Like, it pulls like a freight train, but you don't really feel it.
Again, guys, that's 93. That's not even the E85 like flex fuel setup. Well, we got the flex fuel setup, but we don't have E in it. Once you put E, we're gaining like another 100 horsepower, bro. Oh my God. One hand on the steering wheel, one here, and the car stays straight.
Straight.
I can't say that about my other cars. My A90 doesn't stay straight. The F10 and 5 never stayed straight. My M2 doesn't stay straight. The E60 and 5 and this one are like the only ones that kind of stay straight. But the E60 and 5 doesn't really make, you know, turbo boost power up front. So I find that really, really interesting.
Bro, is this Camry trying to line it up right now? You got real close.
He's trying to take a good look at the car. That's the thing, when you drive this car, everybody wants to poke their head out the window and take a closer look.
Yeah, we just had a guy in an E60 roll by, like, breaking his neck.
With a smile like this.
Yeah.
Always good to drive this car again, guys. Now that it's pretty much ready to go, put some E85 in this car, drive it around, and get an official date for the giveaway, which should be, and I keep telling you guys, very soon, but now we're being for real. I'll get you guys all the details, all that information, so make sure to follow me on Instagram. Like the video if you guys enjoyed it, subscribe to the channel, comment what you guys want to see next, and as always, thanks for watching. Till next time.